Welcome to Hey, It's Carly Rae's Book Club. This is Book Hour, where authors will talk their latest novels, reveal their writing process, and walk us through a day in their life when writing. I'm your host, Carly Rae. Today, best-selling author Amanda Ward joins us to chat about her latest book, The Lifeguards. We'll find out what inspired the plot of The Lifeguards, if any of the characters are based on her friends, and if she always wanted to be an author. We'll find out more right after this. Welcome, Amanda. I'm so excited to have you on Book Hour. Tell us where you're joining us from.
Thank you so much. This is, in fact, my writing cottage. It's behind my house in Austin, Texas.
Now, The Lifeguards is officially out now. Tell viewers more about it without giving away spoilers.
Okay, I would love to. So it's about three moms in Austin, Texas, completely fictional. And they are having margaritas one night when their three teenage sons come home and they have a big secret. And then everything goes insane.
Is there going to be like twists, turns, different stuff like that?
Oh, yes. So it's a thriller, and I had to work on it really hard. I have a cop named Salvatore who's trying to solve the case, the three mothers with all kinds of secrets, and then the boys as well have their own lives and their own stories. So all the stories get tangled up around this crime.
Now, what inspired the plot for The Lifeguards?
Well, I have two teenage sons, one of whom is a lifeguard. And it was really the summer that he was 15. And I realized he had a whole life outside of me, and when you're a mom, you think you know everything about your children. And then they get old enough that they have plans that have nothing to do with you and maybe secrets. So that got me thinking.
Yeah. Now, are any of the characters based on people you know?
What I do is, well, they're all kind of me, like all my issues for sure. And then what I do is kind of mix up people's jobs and the way people look and add some things from my imagination. So I would say they're all inspired by my life, but none of them are exactly real.
Mm-hmm. So we won't see any of your friends as the friends in the book?
No, though, I'll tell you, all the moms in my neighborhood are reading it. And they're even putting ads on Nextdoor. Random House is putting ads because there's the mom's listserv in the book. And people have started to text me saying, who's Whitney? Who's Annette? And I'm like, I make up stories. It's not real. But they, there's pieces of reality, to be honest. So it's kind of weird to go pick up my daughter from school. And I can tell even people I don't know are like, that's her. That's the one writing about Barton Hill's moms.
That's funny. Now, this book has 3 different points of view. Was creating the different voices difficult? Like, how did you get to know each character?
That's a great question, because if you're going to have different points of view, they each need to have a different perspective. And that's what I love about reading books, where some of the characters know some pieces of the mystery and some know others. So when I was creating these women, Whitney, Annette, and Liza, I really tried to imagine what their lives were like. I knew what their houses looked like. I furnished them. I knew what car they drove. I do these little exercises like what's in their purse, what's their favorite restaurant, where did they grow up? And I then imagine them and hear their voices. And if I don't hear the voice, I have to change something.
Yeah. Now, do you read a lot of thrillers?
I do. If you look over here, my entire shelf is thrillers. And for this book, I also had to read police handbooks and I love crime shows like 2020. So I was calling it work when I would stay in my pajamas and watch Law and Order all day. That's my job.
That's a good part of it, though.
I know. It's the best. And I just love when I'm writing and have a mystery to unspool, it makes it much easier. The character work is really hard and how they're going to change, but solving a mystery is fun.
Yeah. Now, what's your favorite part of The Lifeguards? Was it crafting the mystery or?
No, it's set in my neighborhood, as I said, and the front of the book has a map of the Greenbelt, and it's right here, actually. So
Oh,
that's a
cool.
map I bought of the sort of the wonderland of trails next to my house. So I loved going down there and hiking and sort of imagining what could happen. And I made up caverns underground and all sorts of things that would happen on the Greenbelt.
Yeah. So I guess that explains why everybody's going and trying to figure out where the book is taking place. And
Yes, exactly. And one of my friends said you should go hide copies of the book along the hiking trails or in the city, which I might do. I just went to Los Angeles with the Reese's Book Club team and did a book drop all over Beverly Hills. And people have to go find it that they're going to put up next week. So that's pretty fun.
yeah, now are they special copies of the books, or you signed them all and then you did them, or?
No, actually, we did the book drop when we only had one hard copy of the book. So we just kind of pretended to leave it places. And then, of course, one of the interns is going to have to actually drive around and put it back underneath the benches and things that we gave clues to whenever they post it's called a TikTok book drop.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, can we watch it virtually?
Oh, yes. It'll
Oh,
be on the Reese's Book Club channels.
oh, fun. I'll have to look out for that.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. You heard Amanda talk all things the Lifeguards. Stay tuned because when we come back, we'll find out more about Amanda's writing process. Welcome back to Book Hour. I'm your host, Carly Rae, here with author Amanda Ward. Now, Amanda, did you always want to be an author?
You know, I think I wanted to be an actress when I was younger, but I didn't make it. And I was reading all the time. I actually never got that far with it because I'm kind of shy. So being a writer was a better career path. But since I was in college, yes, I wanted to be a novelist because I just love reading and escaping into books. So I wanted to create those books that had saved me as a kid.
Now, if your books are ever turned into movies, are we going to see you do a cameo?
Wouldn't that be nice? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
The Jet Setters is optioned for television, and I'm supposed to be in the writer's room, but I live in Austin with 3 kids. So maybe I should say, instead of writing the show, I'd like to appear. That would be a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I remember on Stephanie Meyer, she appeared in Twilight and nobody knew it, but in the wedding scene when Bella was getting married, you could see the author. So
You're
yeah.
kidding. Oh my gosh. Well, the Jet Setters takes place on a cruise ship, so that would be fun. I could like just, appear on a beach or something.
Yeah, it's a good excuse for a vacation too.
I love it. I love it.
Now, did you always want to write stories with relevant plots? Was that always something in the back of your mind to do?
Yes, I think my goal is to take people out of their everyday lives and give them a story, not necessarily to teach anything, but to maybe make them look at the world differently, or if nothing else, have another world. And I get to do that when I'm writing. I get to sit here and become all these other characters and travel all around the world without ever leaving my house.
Yeah. Now, walk us through a day in your life when writing. Do you have to kind of block everything out or write at a certain time of day?
That is a great question. So I wake up, I get the kids started to school with my husband, and I bring a mug of coffee to this cottage behind my house. And then I sit here and I have actually a board of index cards, as you can see there.
Yeah.
So each index card is a scene in the book I'm working on, but I don't go in order. I'll just pick whichever card I want to work on that day and start writing that scene. And often the plot will change while I'm writing the card, but then I just throw away all the future cards and make new ones. So it's this illusion of having a plan that keeps me going.
Mm-hmm. So as you write, things change. You're not just like stuck to an outline.
Yes, exactly. So it looks like an outline, but it's not, because if I start writing a scene where the plane is supposed to land in Paris, for example, I go into my crazy imagination and maybe the plane gets hijacked and then it lands in Morocco. And then I have to throw away all the scenes in Paris that I haven't written yet and write scenes set in Morocco.
Yeah, that's kind of cool though. It keeps you always changing things. Yeah.
Yeah. And the index cards seem reasonable. I have a stack here, because it's like, well, here's my next book. They're blank, but eventually they'll become something.
Now, when can viewers expect more books from you?
So my next book is it's called The Peacocks, and it is a dysfunctional family, and the younger daughter gets married at a Costa Rican resort in the jungle, and everybody with all their issues goes to this resort. So I'm in the middle of writing that now. She's a librarian in Austin, the girl who's getting married, and her husband to be is a bird watcher. And so I've been getting to research all these fun things, and I need to go back to Costa Rica, as work.
Now, are any of those characters based on your family or your daughter? Or
I mean, I have two sisters and a single mom. So there are often single moms and sisters who love each other and fight.
Well, Amanda, thank you so much for joining Book Hour. Before I let you go, tell viewers where they can find you on social media.
Well, I'm on Instagram at Amanda Eyre Ward. I'm on Facebook at Amanda Eyre Ward. And I'm on Twitter at Amanda Eyre Ward. And I just started TikTok. I'm not great there yet. But I'm trying.
Now, for the Reese's Book Club, will that also be on yours for them to watch on TikTok, or is it just going to be on Reese's Book Club?
No, I'll repost it as well. I mainly post on Instagram. That's my favorite. That's where I met you.
Yeah, I know that. I like Instagram the best too.
Yeah.
I'm trying TikTok, but it is hard.
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. And the only reason I'm on it is that Reese posts stuff that I should repost. Yeah. But my son's girlfriend and her friends have helped me. They've actually made a video of my writing day. And they were like, now pour the hot water in your tea mug. And I said, I drink coffee. And they're like, be quiet. This looks better. So
that sounds like my sister. She does that too. She's like, no, this looks better. This is what's trending.
Yeah, exactly. And they tell me who to follow. And there's some great book TikTokers on there that are really fun to watch. They're good at it. And I like following them.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. Amanda's handles are also in the description below. Amanda, thank you so much for joining Book Hour. And for those watching, I hope you have a great day.